The whole point of this damn gun is to be durable and reliable. If an AK is not durable and reliable, it's worth nothing. Hi, this is Misha, and I tried to blow up Robski. As I'm sure most of you know now, we've had a few samples of this gun here to play with. This is the Pioneer Arms Corporation, PAC. Simply they call it the Sporter. I often refer to it as the AKM Sporter just for, knowing what it is. Here in, late December, early January, Pioneer Arms USA was going to bring these into the market. And we've done 2 videos. In video 1, you saw it with that beautiful IKEA wood stock and how the magwell was closed up and the muzzle device was on. Video 2 was simply showing the conversion and us test firing. And when I said in the comments that I had to struggle to get to the range to do any that day, I really did. So I was curious too, but I really tried to do that for you guys there, and it took some doing, but I finagled about 30 minutes to go out and test fire. And as you saw in our test fire video, it did fine. The rifle gave us no problems. The pistol had a little bit of that trigger grit like you saw in Robski's video, and it didn't like the WPA Wolf Polyformance, but that's given us some problems in other guns, including a Legend and a Wasser. So it seemed fine. This rifle here cycled 100%. Now I knew that, see, I'm not a trigger puller. I don't, since I can't drive and time and everything running a business, my time to go to the ranges is limited. And when we go, we usually have 5, 6, even more guns we need to fire. So we cannot put 500 or 1,000 rounds per gun in one day. A long range trip for us is maybe 4 or 5 hours. So I knew the man to contact about it. That's why I contacted Rob at AK Operators Union when I heard that I was going to be getting 3 of these as a pre-release sample. At least of this time, February 2nd, these are not on the market yet. What Pioneer Arms and their U.S. partner Centerfire did, they sent out about a dozen, give or take, samples across the country. And I received 3, and we converted 3 of them. 2 remained here, and as I said, I contacted Rob, and he was very interested to get another one to try it out, because these have a very interesting reputation from back when they were being imported from IO. Now they claim on their website that now that they are no longer partnered with IO, have tested these up to 15,000 rounds. I thought that was a little stretch, but advertising, lots of companies make maybe a little bit of tall tale claims. But I was hopeful that things were better. And when these test fired well and the conversion went very easily, I became a little more optimistic. And I thought, for what these cost, these might be another economy entry-level alternative in the AK market. The Wasser is about $600 right now, and I've heard tell that it's going to go up in price. The NPAP is about the same, and it might go up or other things might happen. I've heard rumors, but nothing confirmed yet. The Arsenal, the cheapest you can get there is the SLR 107R, which prior to Rob's video on this, he posted some pictures of some trunnion issues with that, and that is nearly $900 after shipping for that gun. We don't have many $500-ish guns, and that's what this was probably going to come to market at, about $500 with a very basic conversion and basic furniture. So I wanted it to work. I'm not gonna lie, I really did, because I thought it would be good economy level, and I thought that Pioneer Arms deserved a second chance. I'm that kind of person. I think everyone's allowed a second chance because everyone can make a mistake. So we got it, we converted it, test fired it, and then a few days later Rob got his, and you saw his first 500 rounds. He had some issues, and they're not appearing on this one yet, but this one has only had 200 rounds, give or take, through it. This is still very tight. In fact, I cannot pull it up by hand, and if you look, it is completely solid, so that's not coming out. The mag catch is still held in good. It's not coming out. We're not really seeing any other overt wear or tear. Handguards have a little play in them, but they always did. These are just plastic handguards. Magazines fitting fine. One issue he was having, I'm going to go ahead and take the mag out, folks. Empty, as you see. He was having that trigger reset issue, where what was happening when you were holding it back during firing, and then when you let off, it would stick. This one never did it, but as I said, the pistol did. And I've had other original European semi-trigger groups do it too. Most of the time, it's just a break-in, it's a burr, or some even leftover grease. I know this one had a good amount of grease in the disconnector spring. So that one wouldn't worry me, and as he pointed out as well, most people when they sell these are going to put in a Tapco or FIME or Red Star or Rack 1 or whatever trigger group. So the trigger is a minor thing, and it should be easily fixed. Again, for what these come to market at, or would have come to market at, it's not a big deal. So the first bit you saw, some minor fitment issues, things like that. The rivets are what they are. These aren't too bad, but they're not perfect, of course. But where you really started to get concerned was inside. First off, his bolt carrier tail was just falling apart. As you can see, this one here really shows no deformation that I can feel at all. But he put 500 rounds and I've put 2 through this. So I don't really see any major issues there. Nothing major on the gas piston. Yeah, that's that. We can look at the bolt camway here. See a little bit of a flared edge here, but this could just be rough machining. Seems pretty even. Not really burred up. There's a little bit of a burr here, but again, it could just be rough machining because this is a cast carrier. He thought in the video the bolt was billet. I would tend to agree. It doesn't seem to be a traditional forged at any rate. Here this is. There's no flaring of the lugs. And really, even when he looked at it, aside from that carrier tail, there were no real huge issues. Of course, until you get to the headspace. But if you look in this one here, nothing just horribly wrong. There's a little flaring here, but nothing. It's all pretty smooth. Nothing internal just jumps out at you. The barrel's smooth, chamber, all that. And you could tell that in the video he was shocked that it ate the no-go gauge. I may have a field gauge or a no-go for 76239 around here. I just haven't had time to dig it out. If not, I'll contact my gunsmith. So I have not headspace checked this one yet. And yes, I will definitely do it before we run a single round through this again. With a gun giving way, losing headspace. Now keep in mind, it still didn't quite fail with the field gauge, but eating a no-go, and I'm sure it'll fail a field gauge very soon. That's within 500 rounds is literally unheard of. It is insane. So it obviously seems like the trunnion wasn't heat treated or something. Something was just absolutely not heat treated. What I can tell you, The rifle sent to him, one of the 3 I had, was in no way hand-picked, special. It was literally random. One of the 3 that got converted is what I sent to him. So I can tell firsthand that there was nothing, it wasn't set up to fail or succeed, it was just pulled out and sent to him. The results are mind-blowing. Normally I would remind you, Rob's results are a sample set of 1. When you're talking about things like the NPAP or the 107FR with bubbly paint or the 107R with a little bit of wear on the trunnion here, other things like that, sure, I can give that away. I mean, the NPAP, for its own little quirks, never was unsafe. It never failed headspace. It never let go. This, though, is something you don't screw with. When a gun's losing headspace within a few hundred rounds of being brand new, that's serious enough. Even though I'd like to say, well, it's a sample size of 1, the other one, even if the other ones are fine, it's so worrisome because someone can get hurt that you have to take every step, be as cautious as humanly possible. Because this isn't like our normal issues that a lot of people like to dicker about on the internet. Oh, let's be honest, most of those are cosmetic, especially with the arsenal guns. Even the NPAPs, I've never heard of one kabooming and actually hurting someone, even if there are some issues here and there. I can say this, hey, at least this one's issues really put all the other issues that people like to talk about in perspective, don't they? Say what you will about the NPAP or the 107R, they're not losing headspace. Something like this could very definitely do some damage. Thankfully, whoever's idea it was to send out some samples before putting these on the market did what they did. I thought to send one of these to Rob, and thankfully he was excited to give Pioneer one more chance. So, in a way, at least for us consumers, crisis averted. No consumer was injured, and no consumer put their money into one of these. We will get to the bottom of this. I do know that Centerfire, who's potentially going to be the distributor for these, is aware of the problem and seems to be taking it very seriously. Also, Atlantic Firearms will be testing a few of these, and it will be very interesting to see what their results are. Everyone's working on it that has an interest in it. As we know more, we will give updates. I wish I had better news. I presented things honestly to you in the video too. This thing test fired just fine, as you saw. This makes me sad because I, generally speaking, really like imports. Can Pioneer Arms fix this? Maybe. But they already had a huge hurdle to overcome with the whole IO connection. Now to overcome this, you know, we really do need an economy level AK that's inexpensive on the market. But it has to be safe, it has to be reliable, and damn it, the AK is meant to be both. The whole point of this damn gun is to be durable and reliable. That's why it shines over the AR. It's not for accuracy, it's not for looks, it's sure as hell not for ergonomics. If an AK is not durable and reliable, it's worth nothing, because that's what it excels at. It would be just like having an AR with shit ergonomics and they shot 5 MOA. So yeah, it does make me mad, because this stuff shouldn't happen. If these continue to fail, you will hear about it. If these seem like they're succeeding, you will also hear about it. But honestly, I've lost interest. You know, they were given a chance. I don't know. Hopefully we hear something that gives us a better explanation of how this could happen. Well, there's that, huh? We wanted to do this video quickly to address everything and to show our thanks to Rob for helping the whole community out. We're glad that nothing bad happened. Thankfully, he's careful and checks headspace. We will do the same before shooting this one more, as I said. Hopefully Atlantic will post when they have results, and we'll go from there. As I joked, I think I'm going to do ARs for a few weeks, or maybe FALs. I had this happen right before that. The 107, the R thing came out, And then personally, I had a customer call me the same day this news came out with a wasser that had its mag catch fall out, and I got to reading that apparently there's a batch of mag catches that Century Arms didn't attach properly after hogging out the mag wells. So I'm just tired. It's a gun I love. I've had awesome luck with my AKs over the years, and then they are what they are. But these are tools. They're not meant to look pretty, but damn it, they have to be reliable. They have to be durable. Otherwise, they're not anything, at least in my book. They're not an AK. That's at the heart of the AK. If you like this video, please click like. If you don't, try not to be too hard on us. We're trying to do our best here and be honest with you. If you haven't subscribed and could do so, appreciate that. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, that'll help us get to the range a little more often and be able to put more rounds through these critters. So every dime we get on there, we are using for ammo and gas to get to the range. This is Misha, and I don't even know if I want to reassemble this gun for a while. I may just throw it in the corner like a shunned child for a few weeks. Please check out our other AK videos. They're a lot more optimistic. We have some really neat stuff, at least I think. I still like the WBPs, the Archers. There's a lot of good stuff coming out of Poland, so don't let this discourage you from AKs in general, even Polish. There's good Polish AKs. Well, we'll catch you next time.